Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transports. Right, so this evening we're having a look at the goods shed, right? So over there on the computer you can see the goods shed minus the two walls. The two gable ends, I glued them on using glue and glaze because the pegs were broken, and so I decided I'll just have them in permanent. Now remember that I had papered the inside of the walls with black paper, black card, and then I painted it over a kind of cream wall colour so that it reflects the light. Of course, this also makes it realistic because this has opening doors, and so we want to be able to have a nice interior if we look inside. Other thing I did, I sort of gave a light weathering to the walls to bring out the texture of these white bricks. I've decided to maintain the white bricks because industrial buildings, and I've looked at photographs of French industrial buildings and railway buildings. Often white bricks are part of and even for example on the Ceinture of Paris, the signal boxes, the Jouef signal boxes made of kind of light coloured brick and steel framing, and that is realistic, so there's no point in painting it. I might be wanting to weather the grout on the signal box. I've not thought what to do yet, but something pretty not too invasive and not too complicated, so I've not made my mind up yet. Anyway, what am I doing in this case here? I'm using watercolor pencils, meaning pencils that can also be watercolored. I'm not using them in watercolor mode, I don't really need to. So this is the tin, but there we go, Faber-Castell, there you go. And this is my elusive tin of watercolor pencils that occasionally now it has a permanent good safe place in the plastic chest of drawers I have here beside me, which is my workstation. So what did I do? In this case here, the bricks are in relief, so the texture, the brick wall it's a positive. It's not, shall we say, it's in relief. Yes, exactly. It sticks out, no? To use a layman's terms. So I'm simply going with my pencil and I'm just gently bringing out the texture of the wall like this. And it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. There's no need. You see how it's coming out? And I must think that this is a kind of wall that then in time gets sooty, gets dirty, gets repainted, it gets repainted again and again and again. But of course the grout will maintain its griminess from soot, no? So, and after colouring it with a pencil, I want to sort of, there we go, then I use a cotton bud like that just to make it a little bit more uniform, you see, and it makes it more alive, in my opinion. It gives it that slight something. Okay, so we can do the other side as well. I'll just go like this, and this way it's a light weathering, which is practically a zero cost because of course these are watercolor pencils. I'm using these. It's a bit more persistent, shall we say, for a hard surface like plastic. In fact, if I rub my finger on it, it doesn't come off, see? It doesn't get so... It's better grip than, say, a normal pencil for paper. But the result is very good. And I can do this without having to buy... Also in this case here, if I used weathering paints, the grout is in relief, and that would be a problem. I would be blacking out the bricks and not blacking out the... And okay, in my case, it's absolutely, you know, zero investment, because I got these pencils were a Christmas present from my aunt in Austria, because I also like drawing. But generally when I'm drawing, lately I've not had much time, and I have to make a drawing for my father for his birthday. It was his birthday on the 2nd of March, and I'll base the drawing on a photograph I took in Malta. And I also like to draw, you know, locomotives, cars, these kind of things, but I also like scenery. And animals are also very good, because animals allow you to be very free with the pencils. And I like pencils. I've always enjoyed pencils. And I've got my tin of pencils, of Derwent coloured pencils, that date back to the 27th of May 1984, and they were a present for my first communion. So that was a long time ago. And they were the special pencils, the ones I used for special drawings, so that's why they're not been... I could show them once. And but these ones here were given to me as a Christmas present not that long ago, and Bugler 75, Ian gave me the idea of using the watercolour pencils to pick out the engine number on the Ginty, for example. After I had tried and done all sorts of things with paint and I was going silly, I eventually did it with this, and it came very, very well. And also to make road markings, and then I couldn't find the pencils because I'd put them somewhere. They were actually on a trolley, you know, the trolley where I put the railway board on top of it, no? And they were under a box of controllers. So then I put them and before that they were in on one of the shelves of the letter tray, and it got lost there. So no, that was where I'd put them, and then when I started looking for them, where are they? Then they turned up, and no, they were on the trolley. Then they ended up at the letter tray, because that was intelligent place, and then I found them, and now they're in a drawer. I don't know exactly where they are all the time, but this is what happens. I think it happens to all of us, to misplace things, in particular things that have been put away in an intelligent and safe place. Here the brickwork is a wee bit cracked, and that's a realistic kind of irregularity. Okay, so that is this wall finished, I would say. Giving it a wee bit more sootiness. I might add some more to the gable ends. And now I'm going to use the cotton bud and just polish it up a bit like that to make it more even. So there we go. Two nicely weathered walls using a watercolor pencil. So that's that. Right, that's that done. I'm going to assemble the goods shed in the next video. Cheerio, and see you next time. If you like the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, share the video, did I say that? And of course comment. I like to read your comments, and I always like to answer your comments and discuss and talk about our our very, very interesting hobby. At least for us, it's very interesting. Okay, cheerio, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao.